Amazing results from a very similar group of players to what I had in 2024. Big favourites here tonight, but you never know.
No, Huddersfield against Leeds then. Round 25, the final charge well and truly underway. Miller's kick, is it too deep? Oh, it might have been. It might have been. A bit of twinkle toes on the back fence there. Well, that was tight. Maybe it could have gone out on the full. Maybe the Giants could have taken it out.
Yeah, somehow Solly just danced, didn't he? I think, or was it Wolford, just danced along that dead ball line. This is where Huddersfield have got to be good, Mark. Yeah, it was Hal Solly just kept in. They really got to threaten Leeds with ball movement. If they want to go toe-to-toe with Leeds down the middle of the field with English and with Wilson missing, I don't think they're a chance. I think they've got to risk it, move the ball, get the ball in Flanagan's hands, in yardage, in positions like this, and test Leeds' edge defences out.
Here come the Giants then. Bit of a scruffy play of the ball, but they get away with that. It is taken forward. This will be the last one for the Giants. 30 out from their own line. Russell on loan from Wakefield, thumps downfield. Here is Lockie Miller. He brings it back. Look, we talk a lot about coaches and what they do, as Miller is dragged back there. But Brad Arthur, I think, has made Lockie Miller a far better player than he was 12 months ago.
Yeah, because what he's got in his game now is a more nuanced understanding of the full-back role. I think he's better defensively in that position. But also he's found his groove, hasn't he? He runs laterally, he creates opportunities, and maybe Connor and Croft play more structured now. It lets Lockie Miller do what he likes. You know, we see that in great teams where they've just got a player who goes off script. We'll watch Bevan French tomorrow night, who's a player who does the self-same thing.
Yeah, big game tomorrow, St Helens against Wigan. There is Lockie Miller looking on from his position at full-back. The Rhinos up towards halfway. Forwins on the spin for them. Here is Connor, the man at the heart of a lot of good things. Kicks downfield. Flanagan collects on the full. He races across the field. Offers a dummy. Doesn't pass it in the end. He's had a wow of a first year. 22 appearances in his debut season, and he's not let anybody down.
No, and single-handedly destroyed Warrington 2 weeks ago. Dangerous, creates line breaks and opportunities for his side. Leeds' defence is where it's improved so much under Brad Arthur. They've just been so consistent in that regard. So difficult task, a different task for George Flanagan and Huddersfield. But as I said, they've just got to really challenge Leeds in a different way here.
I have. Here is Rushton, gets it away. It's a possible 40-20 kick, but Miller's back, gets there on the full. He'll head off infield. He's up over the 30. Then he's pushed back. Good chase from the Giants there.
Yeah, they've dealt with him well, haven't they? 2 times he's got the ball in space and 2 times been pushed backwards. Just good connected defence from the Huddersfield Giants.
Ball here into the hands of Ryan Hall. Scored that memorable try here, didn't he, that wrapped up the league leaders' shield. Had the helicopter scrambling over the north of England. Here's Connor, short pass. Finds Gannon, lead runner over the halfway line. And Leeds, who've been so good this season, are on the hunt looking for a try. They have, of course, got to play Wigan in the final regular season game. Connor gets it away. Here's Miller. He's got a bit of room to advance forward. And then he sees a gap open up in front of him, and he dances his way through it, and he gets the ball away here to McCormack. He fires it wide to Hankinson, rolls the kick in. It's collected by Bibby, who stops what would have been a sensational Rhinos try.
Yeah, and then we see exactly what Lockie Miller can create. Connor just throwing the ball back inside, and Miller just spotting an opportunity. And not just that, there's end product. This is where Lockie Miller's better this year. There's end product. Realised situationally what he needed to do, get in a position where they could finish in a corner. That's what they've done. And now watch Leeds' defence here be aggressive.
And they're looking to strangle the life out of the Giants, who are missing a host of stars. At least 10 in what you would class as Luke Robinson's first 17 at the start of the year are absent tonight. Ball kicked downfield. Here's Hankinson on the full, one of Leeds' mid-season recruits. He looks to bring it back, and you mentioned that defensive steal, and look where Leeds is starting their first set on the back of that defensive effort.
Yeah, we see all the great teams in the Super League, all the good sides. Oh, a mistake here from Lockie Miller. He's just not expecting the pass off then McCormack.
Just wondering if McCormack sold him out a little bit there, but a set restart and a chance for the Giants. It's an unexpected one.
Yeah, poor pass from then McCormack. And he's been a discipline to Leeds with the ball. I think they know when to fire shots. That's not the time. But yeah, the defensive effort that all the top teams now to suppress possession and meters is there, isn't it? We see it with Hull KR, with Wigan, with Saints, and certainly with Leeds.
Yeah, well, the ball is 20 out from the line. Wolford has it. Giants looking to get the first points. Here's Russell, gets it away over on the far side. There's Greenwood making his 100th Giants appearance tonight. Ball now fired back across the field. Short pass for Rushton. He's inside the 10, so an early test for Leeds defensively here. Giants poised to their right. That's where they're going now. Here's Russell. Gets it away to Rush. Rush finds Flanagan. Flanagan is hit hard. Hankinson read that well and made his tackle. Good defence there from Leeds. Last one. Rushing at dummy half will find Russell. Floats the kick high across the field. A tester at the back for Hall. Catches it on the full. He'll look to bring it back. And that really was a good defensive read from Hankinson that shut down the Giants' danger.
Yeah, if you're going to be aggressive on the edges, you've got to shut it down, and that's exactly what Hankinson did. And Leeds defending their error well. Offload here from Newman, and then straight with the lateral long pass from Miller.
Here's McCormack again. Nowhere to go initially. Broke into the first team and then got injured, didn't he? Scoring a try at Warrington. We've not seen him for over a year. There's Luke Robinson looking on. Been a real mixed bag for him first year in full charge here at the Giants, but there have been some signs along the way. Here's Watkins, gets it away to Croft, fires it now to Miller. Miller's got Newman with him, drops it back to Newman. Newman skips inside, he looks to try and break through. He's wrapped up, and Leeds already inside the 30. They wanted a set restart, they're not going to get one. Ball played here to Aledzki. Aledzki goes inside the 20, last one. In at dummy half is Ackers. Gets it away to Brodie Croft. Croft, short pass. They're trying to power through with McDonald. He's wrapped up, and Leeds will turn it over. 5 off the Giants line. Yeah,
no dramas there from Brodie Croft. Just breaking it down on McDonald, knowing that that's a low-risk play, knowing they turn the balls 3 yards off the Huddersfield line. And then what's more predictable is what we're going to see here from Leeds. Shoulder-to-shoulder defence, aggressive line speed, dual contact and ruck control. Brad Arthur's side have done that so consistently well. Huddersfield really will be looking just to get out there 20, maybe to the 30-metre line to get a kick away here, Mark.
Yeah, they will. 10 off their own line, looking to work it forward. They'll do that now. That's not a bad run either from Rush. He leaves markers on the ground. Wolford wanted a penalty, doesn't get one. Here's Rushton, he moves it wide. Burgess will carry forward, and he's wrapped up 25 out from his own line. Giants trying to move Leeds around here, going through the hands, up and over their own 40. Tackle is made. This is better from Huddersfield. Here's Russell, finds Rush, gets it away to Bibby. Nice footwork from Bibby, but too many blue and amber shirts in the picture for him, shut him down. And this is the last one. They're going short side here with Rush. Kicks with the outside of his boot down towards Miller, who waits patiently. Chase in front of him will get him. Now Miller thinking about the pass. He's so elusive. He gets away from a couple. And that's a great 10-15 post-contact meters there.
Yeah, just stealing another 10 yards from Huddersfield Giants. Huddersfield competing here, Mark, and I expected them to compete in the opening 20 minutes. I think the challenge is, without Wilson and English on the bench, what punch they've got there coming off the bench, whether that can compete with what's a very strong Leeds bench.
Here is Watkins. What a signing he has been mid-season.
So good.
Added another dimension to Leeds, adds balance to the side. Here now is Cooper Jenkins. Missed a couple recently through injury. He's back. Leeds are starting to get bodies fit for the playoffs. Here's Aledzki, finds Connor, fires the ball wide to McCormack. McCormack, little kick step, turns it back. Hankinson collects it. Huddersfield fans below, so that was a knock on. Here now is the fullback, Miller. Miller skips across, drops it back. Determined carry there. Offloaded again to Croft. He'll get it wide to Newman. Newman with a little kick through. There's pressure on here. Fullback's got to be brave. He is brave. He falls upon it, and he stays just in the field of play. Controversial there, John. Was that a knock-on from Leeds or not?
Potentially, yeah. It was an amazing piece of play from Flanagan to stay in. It's just flicked back from McCormack. I think Hankinson gets it clean. Huddersfield fans may be getting that one wrong, but again, Leeds turning the ball over. 10 in, 10 out from the Huddersfield line. And it's copy and paste, isn't it? Defensive process from Leeds.
It is. It was a tight one, that, wasn't it, for Hankinson? But here, the ball forward. Good run there from Billington. First start for him for the Giants, just his 10th appearance, but his first start. There's a kick high from Russell. This is going to be caught on the 40 by Miller. Leeds are starting to squeeze here now. And you mentioned you expect Huddersfield to compete, but Leeds now are a team that Brad Arthur's made that are prepared to be patient when they need to be.
Yeah, difficult to beat. I think they play for 80 minutes now under Brad Arthur, and they play with the physicality that matches the top teams. Huddersfield outmuscled and outgunned, outmanned by Wakefield last week, and a great performance from Wakefield, but ominous signs here for Huddersfield. The ease at which Leeds Rhinos are falling over the advantage line, the ease at which they're just stealing yards off Huddersfield.
Well, they're inside the 20 here, Leeds, looking poised to strike. Watkins takes it into the line. Flanagan in there, makes the tackle. This is the last one, so there's no fullback. Flanagan will drop out in the backfield. Here now is Connor, finds Brodie Croft, rolls a kick, and it's a good kick as well, and Leeds are there. Newman's in. Brilliant kick from Brodie Croft, and Harry Newman is on hand to touch it down. The referee might just want to check he was onside, and he grounded it correctly, but to the naked eye this looks pretty good for Leeds. Let's find out with Chris Kendall.
It's tackle 5. We have a live call of try. We're checking onside. Plays to the right or onside, so we're going to run through to the ground him. Newman takes possession and grounds the ball. I've viewed the angles I need. I've made my decision.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. It looked good to the naked eye, and Brodie Croft's kick, touchdown by Harry Newman, who for the first time in his career is into double figures in a Super League season, and he adds another one to the tally. Great work from Leeds.
Yeah, that's their 19th try from a kick this year. Been prolific in that regard. Often Jake Connor, the man who's the architect of kick tries for Leeds. Harry Newman, as you said, with his 9th of the year, and he's in some great form, is Harry Newman. Looks sharp again, looks fresh again. But it's all about the kick from Croft, just bringing the defensive line up, threading it, and it's so accurate. It's an easy finish for Newman in the end, but the accuracy of the kick from Brodie Croft is what makes it. It's a great touch, right foot, slides it through. Harry Newman with the finish, and you only get those tries if you're winning possession and field position. You only get the opportunity to kick and score tries from kicks if you're winning those battles, and that's why Leeds have been so prolific in the regard. On the opposite side of it, that's the 18th try that Huddersfield have conceded from kicks, and that probably tells you where they're getting it wrong. But Brad Arthur, Jamie Langley looking on, will be pleased with the physicality of Leeds. Only the Ned McCormack error that's a blip on what's been an impeccable start for the Rhinos.
Here's Connor looking to add the extra 2. Right in the running for the man of steel. Jake Connor back on his former stomping ground. Can he add another 2 here for Leeds? He strikes it. The flags wave it away. A miss from Connor. He won't be happy with that. I was going to ask you earlier on about Brodie Croft, John. Are we starting to see the Brodie Croft that we saw at Salford? Is he now starting to really find his feet at Leeds?
Yeah, I think he's found his role, and his combination with Connor's obviously working. It's a sublime kick from him, isn't it? You've got to just love it when teams kick through shape. I think Wigan do it incredibly well through Harry Smith. Leeds there just using shape, threatening to keep Luke Robinson's defensive line up, keep the winger up so he can't tuck. That creates space behind him. Well executed from Brodie Croft. But yeah, he's really gathering some form, isn't he?
He is. Looks like he's starting to enjoy himself in the blue and amber of Leeds. Big signing when they made it. Leeds a team very much on the up. They lead here. Watkins will play the ball 10 off his own line. Acker's in at dummy half. Here now. Strong carry up the middle from Maletsky. Ball played short. Oh, good hands. Here's Newman. Dancing feet. Through 1, through 2, through 3. He's still going, Newman. Couldn't find a pass. Does get a ball away at the end of it. Here now is McCormack. He cuts back in field, and he is tackled. Then he gets it away to Connor. He finds Watkins, who goes route 1. He bounces off one. Oh, it's champagne stuff here. They're going through the hands again, and they're up to the 20. Wow, Leeds playing some glorious rugby.
Playing hot. Rowan Smith still got his fingerprints on some of this, hasn't he?
Here's Watkins. Here now is Connor, puts the kick through Flanagan's back. Wants it to run dead, it won't. And he's got to pick it up. He feigned as though he was going to run out at the end of the field. He's still going, Flanagan. He was brave, but he couldn't get out. Well, that was an impressive passage of play. All started off with Harry Newman. What a run, what an evasive bit of footwork from him.
Yeah, Harry Newman's always a threat when he comes back to the inside of the defensive line. He just jabs that right foot into the ground, and tired middle defenders coming across, he's so hard to deal with. He's strong, he gets the offload away, and Leeds are just playing fast and loose here. It's so tiring to defend against that. Everybody has to stay up. The full defensive line has to be accountable. You know, I love that Cal Watkins squares that up. And you know, it gets down to Jake Connor, who executes, doesn't he? Finds a great kick, builds some pressure. Tricky spot for Huddersfield.
Yeah, it is. Here's Croft, collects it on the full, gives it to Aletsky. Had that horrendous facial injury. Good to see him back. And he'll take the first tackle just outside the Giants' 30. What resolve have the Giants got here? Ball works its way to Miller. There was danger. He thinks the pass was touched. It was, and it might have been a try-saving touch.
Yeah, just important read here from the Huddersfield right edge. They all decide to be aggressive, starting with Bibby, who gets the line up. Aidan McGowan just gets a touch, a crucial touch, wasn't it? Really important read from the young winger. Hankinson gets that, he's in.
Yeah, Miller looking again down that left-hand side. Leeds will get the ball back. They were setting up for a scrum there. There's Aidan McGowan back in the side for the Giants. 7th appearance. Did play fullback against Leeds on Good Friday. He's back on the wing tonight, and Leeds on the attack again. Connor back to Watkins. Watkins falls inside the 20. Ackers is poised. Will get it away to Jenkins, who's on the charge. Inside the 10, ball comes free. And Huddersfield, credit to them, defensively forced the error.
Yeah, it's a loose carry from Jenkins. He really ramped up into contact there, Jenkins. Been impressive, hasn't he? Both him and Palacier. Palacier misses out tonight with a knee injury, likely back next week. Jenkins with the error here, but that's maybe the big improvement for Leeds. Under Rowan Smith, I questioned that they got rolled too much through the middle of the field. And I think that's an area they've addressed. They've got toughness, they've got physicality, and they compete through the middle of the field. Look, error from Jenkins. But what Leeds have done so well in 2025 under Brad Arthur's regime is defend their errors.
Giants bring it away from the scrum. So that's to weather a bit of a storm. Just the one try for Newman so far for Leeds, as the Giants work it out of their end of the field. Ashton Golding, the former Rhino, is into the action. His 100th appearance on his birthday as well today, Ashton Golding. Bibby wraps up near side. Here's McGowan, scoots over the 40.
Carry.
He's not the biggest, McGowan, but he always gives his running. In, out, he's Billington. Just filled over halfway. Wolford waits. Gets it away to Rush. Rush is going to hammer the kick towards the sideline, and Huddersfield will complete their set and give Leeds the ball about 10 off their own line.
Yeah, promising set from Huddersfield. Some great carries from Billington and McGowan, and just finding shoulders and dropping through the defensive line, falling on the front, playing the ball and generating some speed. That's the big challenge against great defensive sides, is they control the speed of the game with the defensive intent. For Huddersfield, they need to create a fractured ruck, they need to create speed. Luke Robinson then knows that brings his ball players into the game, but Leeds very rarely get that wrong for periods of the game.
Yeah, good aggressive defence from the Giants. Not been down this end too often, have they, in the opening 18 minutes or so, but they're down there now. Can they force Leeds into an error? Here's a run from Hankinson. Ackers put the ball up. Tackle made. So the Giants so far putting together a good set. Can they continue the good work? Here's Watkins. Drives forward outside the 20. Leeds going to try and expand play. Is Connor going to look for a 40-20? He might do. No, he gets it away to Croft. Croft short pass. There is a break, and Leeds have gone straight through it. McDonald looking for support. He puts the kick in. It wasn't the best kick. He was looking for Newman. Gagai gets back. Newman can't make the tackle. McDonald will. He'll offload it to McGowan. McGowan now returns it, and he's only got one to beat. Aledzki gets back and make it end-to-end stuff in the Aki Stadium.
It's a big effort from Aledzki that to turn and get back in the frame to make the tackle on McGowan. He was away. Just a little bit of spark in Huddersfield here.
There is. All back to Rush. Rush gets it away to Rushton. He's wrapped up. There's a tip. There's Billington actually on the wrong end of it, and he gets his side a penalty.
Yeah, I think it's Ned McCormack just lifts a leg. Just goes beyond the horizontal. It's a soft one, really. Billington's under control here. No real need to lift the leg. It's just a cheap penalty. And this might be the, give some Huddersfield promising. They've had some strength in the carries. They've disrupted Leeds' defensive line physically. This is a big opportunity, isn't it? They've got to take a chance here.
I just get the feeling the longer Huddersfield are in contention here, the more the chance of the upset is on. Leeds would have wanted to make more of the chances they've created in this opening quarter, but now they've got to defend here. Wolford waits at dummy half. He will go down the short side. Rush has got runner outside him. It's Billington again. He's racked up. Plays the ball now. Wolford finds Rush. Rush gets it away to Russell. Russell fires it wide. That was a risky pass, but it's picked up by Halsall, who cuts in. Leeds was sniffing there for a possible interception, but it wasn't on. And now the Giants get it back with Russell. Russell gets it away midfield. Here they go again. Huddersfield 10 out. Couple of tackles left in the set here. Loaded to the left. That's where they're going with Russell. Short pass. Greenwood almost away. Gets it to Flanagan, who slides over, but it's a forward pass. Referee said it's gone forward. Flanagan thought he was in. Tom Grant says otherwise.
Wow, it's such a good play. Joe Greenwood just fades to the outside shoulder of Brodie Croft, gets a soft tackle. Flanagan, hey, it may be forward, but what about the skill from the young guy to get that ball down, to juggle it, be in contact, to regather and then dot the ball down? It's some skill. It's hard to tell. It looks forward, doesn't it? Some real skill from Flanagan on the end of it. And just a threat there. Greenwood just falling to Brodie Croft's outside shoulder. It's a soft tackle. And then there's the opportunity to the offload. That's a set play designed to get that exact result. It's almost perfectly executed, and Flanagan nearly in for his 11th try of the year.
Yeah, he's got 10 already in the Super League. What a wow of a season he's having. Here come Leeds then. There is the youngster. Big future ahead of him, that is for sure. And he goes forward. So Leeds, a warning shot fired across their bow there. Not having it all their own way at the moment. Here now the ball with Jenkins. Leeds started so well. Here now the ball works its way across. Well, Salford are looking for back-to-back wins for the first time this year. They lead Catalans by 6 points to 0. Here the ball now works its way back to Jenkins. He gets the bumpers up to halfway.
The only warning for me, the way that Leeds plays, it can feel frantic, can't it? The game can feel frantic. If they're just playing a control, good kick pressure, Jake Connor reacts to Wolford's pressure.
He does.
But the more frantic the game feels, the more it suits Huddersfield. Leeds could just grind this out. And if they get into the big games at the end of the year, they're more than likely going to have to grind those games out.
Now they've given away a penalty. High shot on Bibby here.
It's Callum Watkins. Bibby's just fallen into contact. There's certainly no force in it whatsoever. There's not much footwork. He gets felled by Gannon from marker, doesn't he? Watkins catches him high. Absolutely nothing in it. It's just a penalty. But yeah, the more the game feels frantic, I think it suits Huddersfield. And Leeds have just got to rein it in sometimes, not all the time. I love watching them, and I love watching them play with freedom and flair, but sometimes get an offload, then just crack the line with a strong carry.
Rush finds touch, good touch finder as well. Plenty to come across the weekend. Warrington Lee on Saturday, 2:55. Lee chasing down the top four. And Hull KR Hull, what a game. What a way to round off round 25, reverse rivals round. It's getting a bit spiky this, isn't it? They've put Big Fenton Rodgers into the action. That'll add something to the Huddersfield pack.
Abrasive, very abrasive.
It is. Here he goes again. Second carry. He's wrapped up, 20 away. Here's Wolford. Gets it away now into the hands of Rushton, who finds Russell. He's kicking in behind. He's looking for Halsall. But what a catch that is from Ryan Hall. Offloads it. Was that okay? Says the referee, was right in line with it. Here's Newman, and Leeds all of a sudden turn defence into attack.
Yeah, it's a smart kick from Russell, but if you're trying to kick for somebody to compete, maybe Ryan Hall's not the best target. I think Renowned has been one of the best in the air for some time. Often a kick target when they're attacking. He does so well to take it and find an offload.
Well, he's going backwards towards his own line, and he still comes up with it.
Yeah. He's so strong as well, so if you're an outside back jumping into Ryan Hall, he's an immovable object. Very hard to jump over the top of that man.
It is. Needs one try. Ryan Hall to level with Paul Newlove, and now a knock on. So Leeds are just getting a little bit rough around the edges here.
Yeah, as I said, I just think they need to chill out. Physically, they're more dominant than Huddersfield. They showed the blueprint for how to get the game won is to just dominate field position and territory. There's a suggestion the ball's stolen. Lockie Miller's not happy.
Well, they could have challenged you. I've just seen there's definitely a hand on it there.
Yeah.
Another look at it.
Certainly hands around the ball. Billington's hands on the ball. There's a lot of movement from the hand. They had the opportunity to challenge, didn't they? They didn't.
Yeah, I'm really genuinely surprised they didn't challenge at Leeds. I think they would have had a very good chance of getting the ball back. But they didn't, and Huddersfield have it, and they're looking to level up this match. Here now is Russell, well met there from the scrum.
It's great work from McDonald. Like the urgency of him to break that scrum and get onto Russell. It's those little efforts that make him so valuable in Brad Arthur's eyes.
Yeah, he's got options in the back row, but he does consistently go with McDonald, doesn't he, Brad Arthur? A glowing reference in itself. Here come the Giants, though. They're hoping to get back level here. Wolford finds Rush, turns the ball back. Here's Rushton. 15 out. Huddersfield on the attack. Numbers to the left. That's where they're going now with Rogers. Rogers straight up the middle. 5 out, last one. Rush to the right, Russell to the left. Russell under pressure, rolls a good-looking kick in. Picked up by Miller. He's got nowhere to go. And the Giants should get another set from the restart.
Well, it's really nice from Huddersfield, isn't it? Just testing and probing the Leeds defensive line. Great combination of being direct through Fenton Rogers and then giving the ball a bit of width. Russell finds a kick under real pressure, doesn't he? It's McDonald again applying the pressure, but a repeat set here for Huddersfield, and Leeds just a little bit scratchy. Definitely should have challenged the Lockie Miller ball steal. Huddersfield now, you feel like the longer the game goes on, as you said, Mark, you're absolutely bang on. The more twitchy Leeds get in this situation.
Yeah. Had some chances early on, they didn't take them. Ball dropped out, and oh, that's a great catch from Rush.
That's a take.
Here's Aston Golding up against his former club. 63 appearances in the blue and amber of Leeds. His 100th Giants appearance tonight on his birthday as well. Here's Russell, short pass, trying to get Greenwood over the top of Newman this time. Newman makes the tackle. Here's Russell, finds Golding, short pass to Rushton. Giants are in good ball here. What can they do with it? Second set of the line in succession. Slow play of the ball. Here's Wolford, finds Rush. Rush ball over the top, taken in by McGowan, nowhere to go, but he almost got out of the tackle. And in the end, McCormack did well to put McGowan over the sideline.
Yeah, and then McCormack did really well. It was a floated ball, wasn't it? The problem with that was that the time the pass took in the air just gave the Leeds defence, the inside Leeds defenders, chance to get out in the loop and shut that down. Couldn't fizz it, had to fire it over the top, didn't he, Kieran Rush? Just gave McCormack just that few inches he needed to get back there. Great tackle from him. Threatening here from Huddersfield.
Yeah, first start of the campaign for McCormack. The 7th appearance for McGowan in 2025. Here now is Sam Lasoni on from the bench for his usual pre-half-time bash-up. Good run from him. Here now, forward come the Rhinos. I mentioned just got a little bit rough around the edges. They've become a little bit impatient. Ackers is waiting here. They're up to the 40 on tackle 2. Here's Watkins again. He's met on halfway, but for just his side of the halfway line. Here's Croft, little step, challenges up the middle. He wanted to get an offload away there. Lasoni was after it, but couldn't get it. Now they're going down the short side here. Miller injects himself into the attack. Lasoni again will carry. Up and inside the 30. A set restart in there for Leeds, and once again, this time it's Croft pass into the chest of McDonnell, and it's returned with a bit of interest from Flanagan, so Leeds waste another chance.
Yeah, Croft just breaking it down again on McDonnell. The pass was fired, wasn't it? A tough one for McDonnell to take, who was running at full tilt to the three-man's inside shoulder. Just poor execution. Probably had Russell beat there. McDonnell can take it. The pass was too firm from Brodie Croft, but again scrapping from Leeds. In that set, we saw the power of just Sam Lasoni and the ability of Leeds just to flood down the field. They just need to get some end product and finish the set in the right way.
Lots of NRL and NRLW action coming up over the weekend. A feast of rugby league action. NRL Dolphins Raiders, the Raiders who will top the pile at the end of the regular season. This is a nice kick, it's not going to roll dead, and now Miller's caught in goal. That was a perfect kick from the Giants.
Yeah, take a bow, Kieran Rush. He spots Hankinson up in the line. Lockie Miller's sweating on the sticks in the middle of the field for an Ollie Russell kick. That just gives Rush the opportunity to just pick off this kick to that corner. You see Miller there, who stood at the sticks, but it's the weight of the kick, it's the bounce, it skids on the dewy surface, and a great chase from Bibby to boot. Building pressure and just really stressing out Leeds here in terms of energy and the decision-making of their defensive line.
Yeah, Luke Robinson might have been a little bit worried when Harry Newman scored after 11 minutes. Leeds had a couple of good chances either side of that as well. But Huddersfield, credit to them, defended their line. Here comes Rodgers. Zach Cassell.
Old school, 1980s front rower.
There's Greenwood, that's a nice carry. Giants can get some points here. They are well and truly in this. Look at that. No holds barred there. Here's Golding. Wrestles his way up to the 10. Here's Wolford. Uses Rodgers as a decoy. Ball back here to Billington. Good tackle made there. Lasoni and Cassell involved. Huddersfield knocking on the door again. Wolford finds Russell. Oh, he's had a juggle. He went backwards, I think. Play on. Flanagan will pick it up. Huddersfield not done yet in this set. Flanagan tries to weave his way through some traffic, and that's the last one. And Huddersfield maybe have just lost their way on the back of that drop ball from Russell. Here is Russell again. He's going to aim out wide. He's looking to isolate Hall again. Hall is beaten in the air. Ball offloaded back to Greenwood. Back wide to Halsall. Chip over the top. Rodgers was after it, and it didn't bounce the Giants' way, but they are going to get another goal line dropout. McDonnell in the right place at the right time for Leeds.
Yeah, again, big effort from McDonnell. We love to see it. It's a kickback from Halsall. Back rows worked tirelessly. He's the first one to the ball. Under some pressure from Huddersfield Giants, who are chasing. A real practice session for Leeds in terms of goal line D. And they've come up trumps, haven't they? I don't think they would have liked to be doing this much goal line defence against Huddersfield and against Luke Robinson's team. They've had to. The one pleasing thing for Brad Arthur is that they've dealt with everything Huddersfield have thrown at them. And even just absorbing these repeat sets, absorbing the pressure. That's the big point of difference. They go short here.
They do go short. This is going to be a good kick as well. It landed, then it's on the ground, but Huddersfield have... Well, the referee, I think, has given a knock-on against Leeds here, I think.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at this. I think actually he's saying it is a Huddersfield knock-on now.
Scrum right here.
Says Tom Grant.
Yeah. Billington definitely gets a touch. It's backwards for me.
Just wonder if it was knocked on the ground there by Billington as he went to pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a shame. Short dropouts worked, hasn't it? Leeds get the ball back. But risky play, you know? Risky play.
It was pinpoint accurate.
It was, wasn't it?
It was.
11 yards out. Billington did not want to be catching that.
Here now come Leeds then. So they've had to weather a good storm from the Giants, but crucially Leeds' line is intact. Defensively so much better. Oh, now Huddersfield have given away a penalty. Well, that'll turn Luke Robinson's hair grey, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Leeds have certainly committed a lot of numbers to rucks and slowed a lot of rucks down, so I think Luke Robinson will be confused about maybe the consistency of application. Newman gets dominated by 3 defenders. Also just taking a little bit too long. Newman fighting to get up and play it, as all good players do, but
look at that now. Tackle 1, 40 out from the Giants line. They were penned inside their own 20. Leeds about to strike. Catalans have got a try on the board, 6-4 at Salford. I'm sure it'll be a raucous atmosphere there. The Dragons missed the kick, so it is a 6-4 game. It's live on Sky Sports Plus right now. Ackers finds Connor, finds Brodie Croft, turns it back to McDonald. McDonald dents the line up to the 20. Leeds not been down here, it feels for an eternity. Just the 1 score so far. Here's Sam Lasoni with a bit of footwork. He's barging his way through up to the 10. And Leeds are back on the attack with a couple left in the set. Connor down the short side. They'll go straight forward to Bentley. Bentley within a 5 metres. He fancied a score there. Last one here. Here's Ackers, who'll play the ball. Gets it away to Croft. Croft switches it now to Connor. Connor, little dribble kick through. It's going to stay in goal. It's picked up by McGowan. He's penned in goal. And the referee might come back for a penalty. He will. Right to the side of the post as that Jake Connor was taken out.
yeah, it's a switchback play, wasn't it, from Croft to Connor, and then Connor looks to get the kick through.
Billington and Golding. Not convinced?
Yeah. Right decision. We often slow them right down, you know, we need to see them gain speed. The slow mode does the attacking player all sorts of favours, but the correct decision, Jake Connor was definitely impeded by Billington, wasn't he?
I think there was a movement of his leg stroke hip, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Well, they're going to take the 2. Should be straightforward enough, and it will. Well, it's a sign of respect from Leeds, that is for sure. Yeah,
I think Luke Robinson will be happy with that, and also for Brad Arthur as well, showing respect to Huddersfield and the performance they've put in here for 35 minutes. It's respect from Leeds to Huddersfield's gritty 35-minute performance.
There is Connor, former Huddersfield Giant. 100 appearances for the Giants, ever present for Leeds this year.
It's a gimme. It's a gimme for him, surely.
Am I writing it down, John?
Yeah, write it down.
Connor then, who missed his first effort. He's looking up now to make it 6-0, and he duly lands the goal. And Leeds lead, 3.5 minutes to the break. It's Leeds who lead by 6 points to 0.
Yeah, just a little bit of ill-discipline. Ollie Russell first in the ruck on Harry Newman, concedes the penalty down in yardage. And then Billington just shoulder charge on Connor. Yeah, he's obviously picked up a little bit of a knock on his shoulder. Wasn't much contact from Billington. I'd be surprised if the damage was done. But Arthur will be slightly concerned about his key man holding his shoulder, but it's tough, Jake Connor. He gets some treatment in games and gets on with it, you know.
Yeah, he does. Brodie Croft's getting some there. Pushed back to his own line. And the ball now here with McDonald again.
Move, George! Zach, get back! Wait, Zach! Wait!
Still time for more points in this first half. Here now is Presley Cassell. What a start he's made to life in Super League.
You know, Tom Holroyd's maybe coming back into the team, but it's hard when you look at Presley Cassell, what he's done since he's been in the side. Just an incredible start to such a promising young front rower's career.
Yeah. Here is Connor. Connor into the line, finds Miller, fires it wide, McCormack. McCormack just puts the brakes on, then cuts back in field. He's wrapped up, 5th tackle. Gannon, not seen a lot of Morgan Gannon so far tonight. Leeds will send it high. Oh, now there's a collision off the ball. Newman went down. Should be collected here, but it's a penalty. Now this is interesting because it looked to me like both players initially were running towards the ball, but we'll have another look at it.
Tom Grant was quick on it, wasn't he?
One sec. Want to challenge that? Challenge it.
Well, I think Huddersfield are going to challenge this.
Time off.
And Huddersfield are challenging the decision of a off-the-ball challenge. Let's hand it up then to Chris Kendall.
They're challenging the on-field ruling of an off-the-ball on Harry Newman.
OK, we have a captain's challenge. Huddersfield are challenging the decision of an off-the-ball. As you can see, Harry Newman is offside. OK, we're now looking at the actions of Wolford. OK, Wolford is at this point stationary. He's looking at Newman. He then steps across with his left foot into the path of Newman. OK, Newman was offside. However, the escort by Wolford is classed as foul play. Newman could stay out the 10, but he's not allowed to be taken out of the game. So his challenge unsuccessful.
Well, an unsuccessful challenge there. As you can see, Newman offside, but Wolford took him out, and I don't think Wolford can have too many complaints about that, can he?
No, he just stepped in, didn't he? Stepped into Harry Newman. The only argument would be the fact he was offside meant he was upon Wolford quicker.
He's a chaser, mate, so the mark's here.
But certainly foul play trumps Newman being offside. You know, he can easily just steady up. We see a lot of sides do it. You know, they send kick chasers down well downtown.
Giants, one of many who are below 50% when it comes to challenge success. And Connor is going to look to nudge Leeds another 2 points further clear here. Wolford is not happy.
Just a bit of ill-discipline, like I said, from Huddersfield. They've just given 3 penalties away, gifted Brad Arthur's side the opportunity to have 2 pops at goal. But as we said, credit and respect to Huddersfield that Leeds in this situation, just a couple of minutes to half-time, and taking the 2 points on offer. Lee Robinson will be happy with that.
Yeah, he will. Well, given that he'll kick this, Connor, 40 metres out, probably just 5 metres to the left of the post. Connor 1 from 2 tonight.
You're backing him, Mark.
You'd like to think he'll kick it. And in the context of the game, this changes things, doesn't it? A 2-score lead for Leeds, and all of a sudden they have got a little bit of breathing space. Brad Arthur would be pretty pleased with 8-0, given the way this first half has unfolded. Here's Connor then. An army of Leeds fans behind the goal. They'll tell us if it's on target. Looks pretty good. It is pretty good. Straight down the middle from Connor, and Leeds lead by 8.
Yeah, it's a beauty from Jake Connor. Gorgeous strike. More importantly, not holding his shoulder after this one. Kicks it deep into the Leeds fans there. What a turnout from the Leeds fans. Great support from them. Almost 1,500 of them have made the trip here to Huddersfield, almost outnumbering the Huddersfield fans with their away support. Exceptional following now for Leeds Rhinos.
Here is Flanagan from the restart. Leeds leading by 8 points, and they'll get it back and they'll bring it. Oh, that was high. So there's another penalty coming here. McGowan it was who went high there on Hankinson.
He's not going to kick this one.
Well, they're going to tap it here. Oh, Huddersfield had turned their back. How many times have we seen Lockie Miller do that this year? But Tom Grant wasn't happy, and that will probably do it. And Leeds now will probably just knock this into touch. They will, and that will conclude the half. There's a few disgruntled Huddersfield fans around. They feel they're on the wrong end of it. Lockie Miller's not happy with Tom Grant. He needs to just mind his attitude to the referee there.
With the ball, at the back end of this game, the last 20 minutes of this game, it'll really open up and there'll be opportunities there for them.
Who says referees don't have a sense of humour? Tom Grant there kept running out. The crowd were giving him all sorts, and he had a big smile on his face. 8 points to 0, second half live from the Yankee Stadium here. Giants looking to kick there. Recent run going, 3 wins in their last 5 for Leeds. It's 4 wins on the spin as they chase down Wigan and a possible top 2 finish. That's not a bad restart. Croft had to be quick and agile, and he's both, and he's tackled 15 off his own line. Here now is Lasoni. had so much good ball earlier on, Leeds, and not really a lot towards the second half of that first half. They want to get down the other end and put some pressure on it. It's an obvious thing to say, John, but if they score next, you'd fancy they may go and clear away and win easily. But if the Giants can score next, it's game on.
Absolutely. After that, Harry Newman trying 11 minutes. Leeds just didn't settle, played a little bit too hot, maybe a little bit too flamboyant. And it led to a period of maybe 20 minutes where Huddersfield were just dominant, weren't they, Mark?
Yeah, here's Croft, ball back on the inside. Nice run down the middle. Gannon it is. Last one for Leeds, over halfway as they will look to kick at the end of the set. It's going to go high from Miller, sends it towards the corner. Flanagan will catch it right on his goal line. He will head off infield. But the chase is a good one. They get him, and now they're going to try and drag him back over the line. It's like a rolling maul here, and I think he could well be just the right side of the whitewash, inches away there for Leeds.
Yeah, Flanagan just using that lateral step, trying to just avoid that situation where they can get numbers in. Leeds managed to net him and catch him and drag him back there. Still lightweight. He's got a lot of growth left in, hasn't he, Flanagan? But as we keep saying, he's had an incredible year with the ball. I think his big improvement is defensively, Mark. That's the big improvement for George Flanagan over the off-season.
Well, that's the exciting thing. There is a lot of improvement left in him, and he's already shown he can more than match it at this level.
Yeah, that's what I'm loving about Super League. We look at Lewis Martin, George Flanagan, Harry Robertson, young outside backs who've got the ability to just put weight on the frames that they've already got. Over at Warrington, Zach Gardner, good athletic outside backs. It's an area where we've probably historically not been strong.
Yeah, what's to go at? High kick. Now this is going to come down on halfway. Can Hall get there on the full? He can. He's over halfway. Now we saw this at the start of the first half. Leeds squeezing defensively. Now they've got to turn it into points. Yeah,
this process. It's just a process. Front load your energy into your D. Restrict the team's opportunity to gain meters on you. And then you're just into good ball positions without having to do anything flamboyant. You know, you don't need to be so lateral and crazy with the ball if you just get that process right.
Here's Bentley. Giants fans were screaming for a forward pass. That was waved away by Tom Grant, and Leeds inside the 20. Here is Croft, finds Connor. Short pass to Gannon. Gannon well met though. Billington back to help out Rush and make the tackle. No second effort. Here now is Connor. Connor into the line, takes on the line. He's tackled 5 out. Last one. Croft waits to the right. Miller to the left, and he's holding his chest there, Jake Connor, slow to his feet. Last one, they'll go to Miller. Miller, is he going to kick? He is, rolls the kick in goal. Flanagan was brave and gets to the ground. Good work, Flanagan again.
Yeah, he did well, great positioning. He defended in the line, did Flanagan. He picked the kick. So had to get from here, back behind the defensive line and pick it up. Worrying again, Jake Connor. Whether he's nursing the injury from the first half or that's a fresh one from being squashed by several Huddersfield defenders, we're not sure. But again, tough position for Huddersfield Giants to get out of.
Yeah, third tackle still on their own 10. Here they'll go now. That's a better carry. Buys them a few valuable meters. They'll play the ball here. Wolford out of dummy half, gets it away short side. That's better. Last one. Again, they're going to have to kick from deep in their own territory here. Rush will get it away left-footed, gets a better connection, but Hall once again will catch it on the full on his own 20, and Leeds once again are going to start just short of the halfway line.
Yeah, straight into a good ball position. As soon as you get over that halfway line, you can start falling into some shape. It's a good physical carry from McDonald to get the set going, but once Leeds roll over this halfway line, expect to see something more than just these one-out carries. Hankinson with the one-out carry here. And now they'll fall into some shape.
Yeah, well, they'll start 40 out on this tackle. Here's Cassell, drop of the shoulder, goes it alone. Good work defensively there from Golding just to grab the ball and stop Cassell. Needed it as well. The Giants are working the short side with Ackers. Up to the 20. Still no Jared O'Connor yet for Leeds. Ball now works its way across. Croft floats the kick. Miller was after it. Newman might get to it. Ball bounces. Halsall will collect it. And for the third set in a row, Huddersfield get it. 5 off their own line.
I think Brad Arthur taking a chance to just rest Jared O'Connor. He's played a lot of minutes. Incredibly fit, can play it in the middle of the field. But giving Andy Ackers it. You know, he knows he may need Andy Ackers in the playoffs and in the big games. Probably a bigger running threat than Jared, but Jared's had an exceptional year, hasn't he?
Yes, as you said, Ackers missed a large part of the year injured, so valuable game time. Good conundrums for Brad Arthur to have at this time of the year. There is Jared O'Connor getting ready to come on, but Huddersfield are hanging in there at the moment. Proving easy to get rid of as Golding is tackled. Wolford waits, kicks downfield. Ball bounces up for Miller, 20 off his own line. Giants get a good chase this time. Leeds will start 30 out from their own line.
Yeah, it was under all sorts of pressure, was Wolford, from the markers. The kick actually did okay for Huddersfield. Got a lot more yardage on it than it looked like it was going to get. Marginally better position, starting position for Huddersfield.
And the ball goes now with Hankinson. Gets it away here now. Bentley wrapped up just over halfway as we were at the break. Here now is Sam Lasoni, gets it away to Croft, bit of room for Croft. Short pass finds McDonald. McDonald can't get the ball away. Great tackle, Gagai. Last one for Leeds. Which way do they go? They're coming right here to Miller. Miller's got Croft outside him. Croft, ball over the top, knocked down by Halsall. Well, it's a try save. I just wonder there. Croft was almost through the line himself, but they're going to get another set and another crack at the line, and Brodie Croft maybe realises that was one that got away.
Yeah, Harry Newman's letting everyone know that he thinks he should have got the ball here. Hands on his head, banging himself on the head. He's probably right, he's in. If Croft finds him. Mistake there from Brodie Croft. Good read from Halsall. He's had a strong game, Mark. You know, some good carries coming out of yardage. And a big read there for Luke Robinson. On the left edge, Halsall coming up with the ball. Look for the life. If Croft runs it, he scores. If he hits Newman, he scores. He probably did the one thing there where Leeds don't score.
Yeah. Oh, well. Choice is sometimes overrated, John.
Well, too much time as well in that situation. Sometimes defences just present an opportunity. What Huddersfield did was they were sort of passive, and Croft, the more he ran, probably convinced himself that that long ball was the option. It certainly wasn't.
Brad Arthur and Jamie Langley looking on. They have teamed up to take Leeds into the playoffs for the first time in several years. How much of a threat will they be in the playoffs? Here now is Croft. This time he does give it to Newman. Newman sliding across the face of the post, wants an offload, finds it. Here's Lasoni. Lasoni now coming back, and he's going to be wrestled to the ground, 9 away. Can the Giants hang on? Can they stay in the fight here at the Acu Stadium? Here's Cassell, offloads to Ackers. He finds Miller. Oh, he's going to have to take the tackle. He's going to have to take it. There was a runner through the line there that would have brought play back. Unfortunate there for Leeds. It looked like they had Huddersfield beaten. Here now they're going back again, more sideways than forwards at the moment from Leeds.
Yeah, too lateral. One criticism of Leeds' attack here tonight, it's been too lateral.
Well, here's Lasoni.
He's not lateral.
Oh, he's tackled 5 out. Ackers waits dummy half. Huddersfield doing a lot of defending early second half. Cross, short pass, trying to get the ball back on the ground, collected by Huddersfield. They stand firm again, the Giants.
Yeah, I'll repeat what I said in the first half. Leeds need to get some quality to the end of their sets, or even get to the end of their sets. It's not just an opportunity to build pressure, but it's an opportunity to get a controlled defensive line and to just apply some pressure to Huddersfield defensively. Now, they get 25 yards out from their own line, and it's just a little bit too easy for Huddersfield.
Yeah, they did well, but Leeds maybe could have asked a few more questions. Here's Gagai looking to ask a few questions for the Giants. He's wrapped up on the near side. Can the Giants hit back here? Ball works its way in field. It's a horrible pass. Rush as well to pick it up, then fires another horrible pass, and the Giants have stopped 5 short of halfway on the 5th. Ball back to Rush outside the 40, aims downfield. Miller inside the 20 will collect. He stumbles, then gets straight up and back to full speed, and well, players falling all over the shot here. Leeds going into touch. Look at this from the Giants. Brilliant defence from the Huddersfield Giants, and that a big win for the Claret goal.
Yeah, I think they've really competed so hard, haven't they, against Leeds. Leeds Rhinos by far the superior team on paper. There's no talent and effort, is there? And that's just effort from Huddersfield. Billington with great first up contacts. They get underhooks. Bibby doesn't let Lockie Miller fall to the floor. As soon as he gets his arms locked under the armpits of Lockie Miller, he can't go anywhere. He's trying to get to the ground. They do really well to hold him up and drag him out. We wanted to be delighted. That 9 minutes there shows the improvement in Huddersfield. They've weathered a storm. Leeds have had all possession. Jake Connor, tellingly, going straight down the tunnel mark.
Yeah, that is a worry, isn't it, for Leeds? That will be a worry. Jared O'Connor is on, but Jake Connor has left the field. That's a silly play of the ball. That's an error from Greenwood. He might, well, there's no challenge left. They burned it. They burned it in the first half, and they're not happy. The referee, Tom Grant, says it was a knock-on. Well, incorrect play of the ball.
I need to see it again, but I'm pretty certain Joe Greenwood's 100 kilos. For him to move that quickly off the mark, he sort of felt like he was getting pushed. Brodie Croft.
Little hip thrust from Brodie Croft there.
Powerful through the hips. Just a little nudge. See you later, Joe Greenwood. It's unlucky this because it is interference from Brodie Croft. Maybe for the Huddersfield fans who are frustrated with the referee, I think that's probably the first one he's got wrong.
Yeah, that is disappointing. We'll try and find out what the latest is with Jake Connor, but that was worrying that he's gone down the tunnel, so we'll hopefully find out, because that would be a concern for Leeds. Ball now here with Lasoni. Leeds just need to try here to settle things down, but Huddersfield determined they're not going to get one.
It's good contact from Billington again, follows up with another good contact. That first up contact when you're defending mark's so important. You're not getting a great first contact, especially against players like Lasoni.
Here comes O'Connor, finds Croft, sends it high. Flanagan will wait on his own line, catches it 5 off the line. He'll bring it forward. Oh, step, gets past 1. He's up to the 20, he's over the 20. Flanagan now on the rampage, and he's mugged almost by McDonald from behind. What a run from Flanagan.
Yeah, Lockie Miller, didn't he? Stepped him, turned him inside out. It was such a great carry, a clearing carry, a pressure-relieving carry from George Flanagan.
They're not out of this Huddersfield here, not out of it at all. Leeds chasing down second. Another good run.
That's all I said. He's been good. He's been so strong. Play 2, play 3, consistently difficult to put down.
Russell finds Rush, short past Billington. He's well met this time by Leeds, but still finds a couple of extra metres, and for a while stayed on his feet. Russell to the ground. I said first start for him. What a set restart. He doesn't get one, and Rushton knocks it on. Huddersfield this time shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, again, a little bit of afters in the ruck. It's just a loose pass, isn't it? Gifts Leeds possession. Huddersfield worked 12 minutes to get in a position where they were back in the possession and territory battle. It's just gifted back. Jared O'Connor back now on the field for Leeds Rhinos. He'll certainly look to assert his dominance in the defensive line. He'll be leading that defensive line the next time Huddersfield get the ball.
Oh, that looked forward from Croft. Didn't get it. There might not be many Huddersfield fans realize that they're making a heck of a noise at the minute. They're not happy. Here is Croft again. Turns it back to McDonald. He's had a good outing tonight. 15 out. Here now is Brodie Croft. Shot from the Giants' defence. They're hanging in tough here. Can Leeds put them away? Here now is Cassell. Finds Croft. Croft short to McDonald. No Jake Connor, remember, to pull the strings. Leeds have got to find another way through. 13 gone second half. Ackers gets it to Croft. Croft gets it away. Gannon dribbles the kick, and Flanagan this time doesn't fancy the run out of his own in goal. Says, let's get out of here. Well, they're on the ropes, Huddersfield, but they're ducking and diving.
Yeah, they are defending well. Not conceding any line breaks. So making some great initial contact defensively. That's managing just to control the risk of the game getting too quick for them. Maybe the most telling thing within this game so far is Jake Connor's absence, Mark, isn't it?
Yeah, that will be the worry. Not a problem for Luke Robinson. He's got his own worries, but he'll be pleased with how his side are handling this. Brad Arthur looking on. Short, that's not gone long enough. Nowhere near long enough. That's a shocker.
They rushed it. George Flanagan rushed this. He just when Lockie Miller took that short drop out, he seemed to take an edge over it. Really measured. Flanagan just seemed to rush it, hooked it, snap hooked it. That's out of bounds.
Shake of the head. And now play the ball. And here is Cassell. Ball inside the 10. Leeds with a full set in the tank. Croft, short, Lasoni. Wrapped up. 10 out from the line. So Leeds, at the moment, huffing and puffing and not getting a great deal done. Here's Jared O'Connor. He'll go route one. Got past one, but couldn't get over the line. Ackers waits dummy half. Ackers finds Brodie Croft. Croft moves it to Miller. Short pass to Gannon. Gannon again wrapped up. Billington's getting through and a mountain of work on that far side. And he's coming up with the answers. And Huddersfield come up with the answers. Great play from the Giants. Burgess is down, clutching the side of his head. He felt he got a knock in that.
Yeah, it's a big play from Tom Burgess. Such an underrated thing in games, just scrapping on loose balls. The ball's on the deck so often in games. It's just effort and appetite from Burgess to just out-compete the Leeds players who are around the ball.
Huddersfield coming forward, they're still in it. Here's Gagai. Wrapped up 30 out. Having an outing in the centre tonight, the former South man. Here now is Rushton. Burgess gets rid of Bentley. Nice one. That's got the Giants fans interested. Here's Wolford out of dummy half, gets it away. They're running it on the last, and that, well, it was brave or stupid. I'm not sure which. Maybe a miscommunication from Huddersfield.
I think it was the latter, Mark. It was a strong carry from Burgess, and I think Kieran Rush just got so excited. Not had many quick rucks. Leeds have been so dominant in the ruck. Well, Burgess just clattered through contact, pushed Bentley out the way. The ruck was so quick. I think that Rush just anticipated that's an attacking opportunity. It's a turnover.
Just feels that the team that can maybe keep calm for 10 minutes or so may well go on and win this match, but not sure who that's going to be at the minute. Ackers waits. Here's Watkins. He should add a little bit of calm to the equation for Leeds. Here now is Brodie Croft operating in the middle, finds Miller, short pass to Gannon. Again, that Huddersfield right edge muscles up defensively. Rush, Bibby and Billington all involved again. Here now is Miller. Miller uses Watkins as a decoy, short pass Newman. That time Leeds. Ball now goes to Croft. Croft will put it high. Ball juggled. Oh, it's knocked on by Huddersfield, is it? No, it's not. They will get it back. So Huddersfield keep on fighting.
Fighting, Mark. And they're just scrapping and just staying in the game. We talk about loads of structural stuff, you know. Defence sometimes doesn't need to be pretty. You just got to get it done. And Huddersfield are just finding a way to keep Leeds out here. You can sense Leeds maybe getting a little bit frustrated by that, but it's great defence from Leeds. And on the flip side as well, credit to Brad Arthur's Leeds side, their defence has been almost flawless too.
It has. Here's Wolford. They want a kick. Oh, that's sliced. This is trouble. This is trouble. It did land in the field of play, so it could have been worse.
No, it did. It landed on the sideline, Mark. Yeah, on the sideline.
My apologies. I thought it just landed infield from Russell.
Good pressure, wasn't it? He was just being hunted up from the inside. It's not what you want as a kicker. It's a slow ruck to start with. And then the Leeds defensive line just get good pressure from the inside. It's McDonald again. I've loved McDonald's performance here tonight. Nothing glamorous. You wouldn't notice him, but all of his little efforts have been exceptional. Great kick pressure from him.
Is this, though, and I'm saying this with 20 minutes left, the outcome in 20 minutes could be significantly different to what it is now. Is this Leeds' Achilles heel, though? The inability to put points on teams when they're on top?
Well, I think it was at the start of the year, but they've really found the groove, haven't they, recently? It felt like that maybe those problems had been solved. I think the challenge is doing it without Jake Connor, who, you know, creates so much. And then you're asking Lockie Miller to do things like this.
Oh, it's a lucky bounce and Gannon's going to go in. Well, sometimes you do need a little bit of luck, and Leeds Leeds have just had an almighty slice. It was a shocking pass, but Gannon was quickest to react. Heartbreak for Huddersfield. Gannon in under the post.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Huddersfield defended everything so well. And it took a loose pass, flat, low pass on the ground. Morgan Gannon does ever so well, by the way, Mark, to pick that up on the fly. He's looking to run onto a kick. Leeds just moving the ball again. Miller just gets into dead ends and then kicks back to the middle of the field. The pass is woeful, but Gannon fully sprints onto that like he's ran a line, like he knew it was coming. It's a great read from him. And it's funny, isn't it? I think there's a term in cricket where bad balls get wickets. Well, there's that's a bad ball from Miller and it's got a try here.
Yeah, the old bounce pass. Yeah. Mocks many a defence.
Yeah, the ball on the floor, just everybody stops and the people who move often benefit, and Gannon moved and he got what he deserved.
Yep, he did. Here's Lockie Miller then. No Jake Connor, remember. We saw him go down the tunnel. We understand he is on the bench now, so hopefully nothing too significant on the injury front for him. There he is. Well, he's got the bib on. He's may yet come back. Sam Lasoni looks like he's having a good breather there.
He's a footstool off being at home, isn't he?
Here is Miller for 14-0. Kicks it through the middle, and it's 14-0 in favour of the Leeds Rhinos, but a bit of fortune favouring the blue and amber. Here's how we think Connor may have got injured earlier on.
Yeah, I mean, he took a knock in the first half. This was it. It's just a shoulder charge from Billington. He grimaced after the penalty, but it's actually got landed. He carried the ball in good ball, got squashed by a few Huddersfield defenders and maybe aggravated the shoulder what had injured. It's interesting here for Leeds though, Mark. Look at their setup now. They've got Watkins on, they've got Bentley on, they've got O'Connor on, they've got Ackers on. All of them, you know, very mobile. There's not a lot of size. Playing in numerous positions. You know, it's hard to pick who's playing where, but gives him some versatility. Having O'Connor, Watkins, who can do a number of roles, like, it gives you great versatility when you lose a player like Jake Connor.
Yeah. Palacier and Holroyd not too far away in the forward pack. That will be a welcome addition for Brad Arthur for Leeds, who's still got games to play. They play Catalans at home on Thursday, and then they go to Wigan. But now Huddersfield have conceded a penalty here. Just a word on Wigan. Saints Wigan tomorrow. If Saints win that game, second place is well up for grabs.
Well, then it's all on round 27. And what a game that could be. Leeds Wigan in round 27. If that's the case, Lockie Miller tapping out. It's just stealing. That's why he's the top meter maker in the league. You're just stealing 35 metres off everybody.
Yeah, well, it's not like they don't know he's going to do it.
No.
He's shown us often enough now. Here is Watkins over halfway. Right, Saints Wigan tomorrow, 7:30. Sky Sports Plus, Castleford, Wakefield. Wakefield in the 6 as it stands. Warrington, Lee hunting as here goes McDonnell. Gets the pass away to Newman, who was taken high. Gagai over the top there. Penalty for Leeds here. And Huddersfield's ill discipline is just proving their downfall.
Yeah, they're not getting many calls. It's a big tackle from Gagai anyway. It's full tilt. It's over the shoulder. Just whether there's contact with the head. Marginal.
Yeah, here come Leeds then. Back-to-back penalties have them within striking distance. Is now their time to put this game away for good and really pile the pressure on Wigan. They'll go level on points with Wigan on 36. Ball now works its way to Croft, fires it to Miller. Miller did well to hang on to that, and he's well wrapped up again by Halsall.
Yeah, it's a great read, just ball and all tackle, up, in, and shut that play down. Halsall's had a great game.
He has. Here is O'Connor. O'Connor inside the 10. Leeds probing now. Can Huddersfield keep their line intact, or is the dam about to break? Here's Croft, little kick. Well, oh, it was dropped. He'd done the hard bit, Greenwood, on his 100 Giants appearance. He stopped the kick, but he dropped it.
Oh, it's just Huddersfield are working so hard, and they're getting so much right, but just big things are not going their way. That's a big play. And do you know what? Huddersfield are just looking gassed now.
Yeah.
Look tired, and rightly so. They've invested so much energy and effort in the performance.
Look, it'd be wrong of us. Luke Robinson, one of the best of his team here. Swift, Sutcliffe, Lollahair, Clune, Wilson, Hewitt, English, Cudjoe, Milne, Evalds and Frawley all not available tonight. That's a lot of his team, isn't it?
It's been the story of the first season, but what I've seen in the last 5 weeks is really encouraging.
Yeah, here's Croft going for glory, up to the line. He's going to be tackled a yard short. Well, he's leading the charge, Brodie Croft, in the absence of Connor, who went off injured second half. Set restart. Here's Callum Watkins. He's wrestled to the ground, 9 away. A try here, and it could well open up for Leeds late on. Luke Robinson will be hoping his side can keep their discipline and keep their shape. O'Connor probing the middle. Ackers-Waite. It's it away. No, he's going alone. Just a one Leeds try for Ackers. He got it last round last year at Hull Kingston Rovers. He's tackled a yard away. Here's O'Connor. Fires it back to Croft. Croft pokes a kick through. Runners arriving, and it's touched dead. Going to be a goal line dropout. Leeds are squeezing, but so far McGowan and the Giants holding firm. In fact, is he just checking this one? Let's have a listen.
Sorry about that, Nick. Yeah.
He's changed his mind here, I think. Oh, has he? No, he has. What's he doing here, Tommy? He said drop out, he said 20, he said drop out again.
Yeah, have another look at that. It was very close, wasn't it? It's Ned McCormack and George Flanagan both going for the ball. The fact that George Flanagan picks the ball up and runs straight from the 20-metre line probably tells me George Flanagan got the last touch on it. It was a great kick from Croft again. It's just a competition on the floor. It's Aidan McGowan, wasn't it? McGowan got the last touch.
Yeah. Here now is Watkins after Croft had to sprint right back in his own half. That was a great goal line restart this time. Well, I don't think we can argue Leeds have been the dominant side. It's certainly in terms of possession in this second half, but only the one Gannon try, and a fortuitous one at that for them.
Yeah, there's been no line breaks really for Huddersfield. Haven't been broken down. You think of the amount of dangerous, the wealth of dangerous talent with the ball that Leeds have got. You'd expect to be conceding line breaks, and Huddersfield have just been solid, haven't they? And again, I put that down to the contact. The initial contact in defence has been as good as I've seen it from Huddersfield all year. And you can get that right despite of personnel, can't you? You don't need your best ball players. A mistake here from McDonald.
Yeah, it's just not quite clicked. They'll point some to the absence of Connor second half, but he did play 50 minutes or so this one, in which time they only scored one try.
Yeah, they've just not really clicked with the ball, Leeds. But again, you go back to them being hard to beat. It's 14-0. You know, nil is the thing for Leeds now. They just don't look like conceding, only conceding an average of 11 points a game, and just gives you every chance. You can win games when your attack's slightly off.
Yeah. NRL and NRLW across the weekend, lots of it. Here come the Giants chancing their arm late on. Newman aggressive, overly aggressive, says the referee. Got one back on Gagai, who gets the penalty.
Oh yeah, if Gagai's was a penalty on McDonald, that's definitely a penalty. Two little nibbles.
A little bit unnecessary from Newman, whose first half try got Leeds on their way. Here goes Burgess. Other late gains for the Giants. 12 remaining here. Ball into the hands of Russell. Here now the ball works its way to Rushton. Gets it to Russell. I thought he juggled that. He did well to hang on. Here's Flanagan. Flanagan's off on a mazy run. But this time the blue and amber door closes firmly in his face. Rushing at dummy half, gets it away, chip over the top. Hall's got to be quick, and he is. needed that to land on the ground there, Huddersfield, didn't they, to cause Hull some problems. Latest over at Salford. Catalans, remember, down to 12. There was a lengthy delay there.
Wow.
10-4, Salford lead.
Wow, remarkable. You know, if you'd have said at the start of the year that both Catalan, with how they've recruited, and Warrington wouldn't be making the playoffs, you wouldn't have believed it, would you? But, you know, this season's really delivered. You look at Leeds, OKR, Wigan, Saints, Wakefield and Hull, they've just had great years, haven't they? Every one of those clubs has delivered.
Yeah, they have. Last one for Leeds. We're 11 minutes away from a 5th successive win. High kick is collected by Halsall. Rustling at dummy half. Here's Flanagan again. Interesting what happens to the Giants in 2026. There'll be a change in personnel for sure, and maybe Luke Robinson will get a little bit more luck with injuries and a chance to really stamp his mark on this team.
Yeah, there's no doubt sitting in 10th in the league is just not ideal. You know, I think Huddersfield would aspire to be higher than that and have the personnel. The first choice team been on the field, maybe that might have been better, but realistically, you know, 8th, 9th is probably where they're at in terms of the squad. So there's some development to do, but you can build off the back of a performance like this, and off the back of a performance that we saw against Warrington 2 weeks ago. Probably what you can't abide with is getting beat 48-2 by Wakefield last week.
I think that has been the disappointment, has it? Because you look in there, they got thumped at St Helens, they got thumped again last week. There've been too many thumpings. You can accept getting beat,
yeah,
not getting thumped.
But they've been so dogged tonight that you can't imagine them getting blown away, can you? And they just need more of this. And he's Billington, who falls out the back of the tackle here. He's had some night, by the way.
He has. First start for him, and he's a little bit groggy, and let's hope he's okay.
Yeah, he's really taken the battle to Leeds. He's had intent with his contact as Billington, and just getting the wrong side of this one. It was a friendly fire, wasn't it? Fenton Rodgers comes in over the top, fully cleans his teammate out. Got a bit of cramp to boot, so he's having a bit of a head injury assessment and getting his calves rubbed for cramp. It's a double whammy.
Yeah. So hope he's all right. He has done really well tonight, Jack Billington, and we mentioned plenty out injured, opportunity knocks, and he's certainly put his hand up today.
They've done the simple things really well. He's carried strong. More impressively, just how he's dealt with Gannon. You spoke about him being quiet. He's dealt with Gannon particularly well on that edge. What a shape thrown at him, and he's come up with some nice reads and some good contacts.
This is night done. They'll go for a HIA, hopefully he'll be okay. Well, there they are, the missing mass.
There you go, that's quite stark, isn't it?
Yeah.
To have that number of players not available.
Yeah, Massey English, who's been awarded a testimonial this week. Congratulations to him. Now we know we're getting old, John, when Massey English is getting a testimonial.
There we go. Strong rumours linking Oliver Wilson to Leeds Rhinos for next year as well. I think those two guys, especially off the bench, really been missed here, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. Here forward come Leeds. Who can make the most of the last 10? 14-0 at the moment. Ball back to Croft under pressure, gets a kick away. Will bobble its way to Flanagan. Oh, referee's given another penalty here. Croft was taken late, says the referee.
Yes, Greenwood just putting some pressure on Croft.
If he grabs hold of him there's nothing in that, is there? But he's just bumped him over.
Yeah, it's smart from Brodie Croft. He knows what he's doing. It's a smart play from Brodie Croft. A little backwards roll, penalty. Easy.
Here goes McDonald then. Leeds 2 tries, one in either half for Newman and Gannon. A couple of penalties. Ledsky. He's inside the 10. Leeds looking to finish with a bit of a flurry. Huddersfield hoping to keep them out. Here now, there you go, ball wide to Miller. Miller is held up. McDonald at dummy half, finds Brodie Croft. Croft short to Watkins. Watkins is wrapped up 5 out. Huddersfield so far defending what's in front of them quite easily. Can Leeds provide a bit of creativity? If not, a bit of brute force. The posts are going over here. Well, I think they've got underneath him. Have they got underneath him? Yes, they have. Credit Huddersfield here. They're sticking at it, and they stuck with Lasoni there, who threatened to take everything with him. Yeah, some real desperation. And Lasoni just gets the bit between his teeth anywhere in the field, but within that 10-metre line, when there's an opportunity for a 4-pointer, he ramps up even more ferociously than he normally does. It's a great defensive play, isn't it? Well, they're going to challenge this, Leeds.
Challenge from Leeds.
I think he might have scored.
The on-field ruling have held up. They're claiming that the ball's grounded.
Okay, okay, we're coming up to tackle 5. We have a captain's challenge. Leeds challenging the decision that the ball gets to the ground. Can't tell on that angle. I'm just going to explore every angle to see if I can get a clear view of the ball. Can't see on camera 1. Let's go to camera 2. Can't see on camera 2. Go to camera 8. The zone in possession. Nothing on camera 8. We'll go to camera 9. This is going to be the last angle. Rush's legs are under the ball. And then lose sight of the ball. Okay, at this point the whistle's blown. I have insufficient evidence, so the challenge is inconclusive. Leeds retain their right to challenge.
So an inconclusive challenge. Big Sam thought he'd scored, and Big Sam rolled the challenge dice, but no angle to back up his claim.
Yeah, big recruit, isn't he, Sam Lasoni, for Hull next year? Even more important now with the news about SSA rupturing his Achilles.
Yeah, out for 6 to 8 months. Savage blow,
isn't it,
for Hull FC. Here's Croft, little floating kick looking for Hall. Hall can't bat it down, and Halsall once again comes up with the ball in almost an impossible position. Trouble brewing here though for the Giants, and Leeds with 8 left fancy a big tilt here at the Giants runners. These are some tough old carries now. Some tough old carries. They're all getting involved. A little scoot from King. 2 left in the set. They're still out of their own 10. Oh, that's a horrible pass. Can Leeds seize upon it? No, Golding will kick it dead. Well, that was almost a disaster for the Huddersfield Giants.
Yeah, just a loose pass. Leeds aware and chasing, just forcing Goulding to hack it dead. It's going to be difficult closing 7 minutes, but Huddersfield have been so resilient on the line so far, and Leeds have really been impacted by Jake Connor not being on the field. Another short one from Flanagan.
This could be a contest here. This could be a contest, and Huddersfield have come up with it. That was a really good kick. Really good kick. Goulding had to kick the ball dead. Gets it off the restart.
Yeah, it's the first maybe stroke of luck that Huddersfield have had in the second half.
Here's a bit of skill from Flanagan. Flanagan racing away, got support, he's outside, might not need it. Taken down. Miller got him. Was it high? He bounces on and plays on, and the referee says carry on.
Oh, what a player this George Flanagan is. He just spots opportunities, doesn't he? 6 again now, he's held down in the ruck.
Here's Rodgers. Now the Giants going to get a try for their efforts. Defensively, they have stood up under some intense pressure second half. Normal level of pressure that would have led to points, and Russell puts it down and he hammers it away in frustration. It won't roll dead. Miller will collect it. And Russell A couple of times he's put it down, but what about this boy? We've spoken about him a lot tonight, and this is why.
Yeah, he's just had Nen McCormack's shorts down there, just rips his inside shoulder off, gets McCormack thinking about what's coming on his outside. It's a mismatch. Sony was in the area as well. He's just a talent. That's one of the key differences. When teams' defences have improved so much, you need players who can instinctively break the line, and Flanagan's got that in abundance, hasn't he? We spoke about the matchup of him and Lockie Miller, two instinctive runners who know how to find space and create opportunities. So important in the modern game. We go to tomorrow night. The emphasis will be on Jack Wellsby and Bevan French to do the same. Those guys who go off script, who can go out of structure and create things, are ever so important, especially against tight defences.
Yeah, get the feeling it's must-win for Saints tomorrow night as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're under some pressure of finishing 5th spot. You know, Lee and Leeds are really marching on. But big game. And for Leeds as well. If they want to trap Wigan back, you know, and finish in that 2nd spot, they're looking for Saints to get a win. But
it's not been the prettiest tonight for Leeds, but when the season comes to an end, the regular season after 27 games, it'll be 2 points on the board and move on. Here is Watkins. Watkins short to Lasoni. He barges into contact. He's having a bit of a set to with Greenwood. And eventually Greenwood gets his man. Needs to get out of the way though here, Joe Greenwood. Last one, pressure on Croft. He's going to run it. Miller did well to take that in. Has he gone behind his own man there? No, little chip over the top for Miller. Miller gets it, gives it to Croft. Croft for the line, slides over. Intelligent from Brodie Croft. He slides in. It's another bit of brilliance from Lockie Miller, and Brodie Croft on hand to wrap it up for the Rhinos.
Well, we spoke about the importance of line breaks and breaking the line. Well, Lockie Miller doesn't do it through running the ball. He does it through spotting space and kicking into that space. He sets up Brodie Croft for his 3rd try of the season, and it's great support from Brodie Croft. But it's so good from Lockie Miller. He just runs down a bit of a dead end, spots it, chases it, and his awareness to know Croft's appearing on his left. It's exceptional support play from Brodie Croft, but it's magical, isn't it, from Lockie Miller? Out of nothing. Huddersfield defence so tight and tidy. He set one up with a loose pass. He set one up with a magical kick. Croft doesn't care how it came, but it came for him, and what a finish.
What about the presence of mind to dive early? That got him over the line.
Yeah, greasy surface. He probably knew he didn't quite have the gas to outrun the Huddersfield defenders. He got down low, slid in. But it's just amazing, instinctive, almost 7 style attacking play from Lockie Miller. That's his background. We speak about Lockie Miller. He's only a young guy and relatively inexperienced. Probably him and George Flanagan, probably similar amount of rugby league experience for Leeds Rhinos this year.
Well, Miller is 11 years older than George Flanagan. He's only played in the Super League 24 more games than him.
Yeah, exactly. Just in terms of his league IQ, it's just on an exponential upward trend at the minute. And he carries with him all of the instinctive time from his 7s in rugby union. And then he's brought that into a structured Brad Arthur team. It's a lovely piece of play. And excellent from Brodie Croft. It's so well read by Brodie Croft.
Flanagan knocks it long. Huddersfield have been brave, but they've been undone second half by the bounce pass that found Gannon and the bit of brilliance from Lockie Miller. But there will be positives to take for the Giants, who will end their campaign against Salford and Lee in their final 2. Here come Leeds. They know they're guaranteed a spot in the playoffs. The only thing in question is where they will finish in that top 6. Here's Croft, gaps again, gets it away. Miller flicks it back for Hall. Hall back to Miller. Miller thinks about getting the ball away. He thought about the audacious pass. Now he gets it to O'Connor. He finds Lasoni. Lasoni finds Watkins. That's touchdown. It might be a good touch as well from the Giants. Bentley is tackled on halfway. He keeps the ball alive, and he's tackled. Leeds just then threatened for those one of those miraculous Rhinos tries.
Well, they just run hot, don't they, Leeds? And it's almost infectious. Once one player gets an offload, then everybody's looking for it, and everybody's moving, and everybody's passing.
Here's O'Connor.
It's important then off the back of that, then Mark, for them to get back and be direct.
Yeah, can they finish with a flurry. Aledzki finds Brodie Croft. Back now for Miller. Miller tackled inside the 30. Last set probably here for the Rhinos. Sparring a repeat. Here now, the ball up to the 20. You feel another try be harsh on Huddersfield. Here's Gannon. They just backed off him for a minute. O'Connor waits, dummy half. Gets it away, Lasoni finds Croft, fires it wide, nice pass to Newman. Oh, another vital touch. Halsall's, it's another try saver for the Giants.
Well, I think he saved 20 points as Halsall on his own, just with reads, big contact, getting his hand, touching balls down. It's such a big read. I mean, that goes to Ryan Hall. There's a chance Huddersfield chasers get him, but it's a big play from Halsall.
I'm a big fan of Halsall. Saw him in the Championship, Newcastle, learning his trade there. The former Wigan youngster at that point. He's going to be some player, I think.
Yeah, he's had a tough start to his Huddersfield career as well. A few injuries here and there. But tonight, I think we've seen all of the quality of him. Really strong carries of the ball and then big defensive plays.
Yeah, versatile as well in those back positions. Leeds then will get another set. Can they make it count? Here's Big Sam, turned away by Greenwood. Greenwood's relished the matchup with Lasoni, hasn't he? Got stuck into him in this second half. O'Connor waits. Couple of tackles left. Here's Watkins, gets it away. Gannon thought about the big ball over the top. And Leeds went down a bit of a blind alley, and Gannon almost came out the other end of it. Surely that's the second effort there. Yeah, set restart. It's not going to mean anything. 20 seconds left. Here's O'Connor, finds Aledzki, trying to burrow his way in. He's over the big man, is he? Is he? Referee wants to check it, but Nikolai Aledzki back after injury. Might just have got a try. Referee on field thinks it's a try, and Leeds will finish with a flourish if this is given.
Okay, we're coming up to tackle 1. We've got a live call of try. Aledzki is in possession of the ball. Okay, I lose the ball to camera 5 is going to be no good. We'll explore all the angles. Okay, camera 1's no good. Do I get anything on camera 2? You can see the bottom of the ball at that point. And it certainly gets very close, but can't tell for sure on that angle. Let's go to camera 8. This angle. Okay, the ball is on the ground. I viewed the angles I need, I've made my decision.
Well, Nikolai Aledzki will have the final word here at the Accu Stadium. It is going to be a third second-half try for the Leeds Rhinos. The result may be a little bit unjust on the Huddersfield Giants, but Aledzki back after that horrendous facial injury and a smile on his face. Leeds do make it 5 on the spin.
Yeah, it's direct. Good footwork and strength from Aledzki. Great leg drive. Some tired Huddersfield defenders around it. Lockie Miller to slot this easily. And it's a strong finish from Leeds after a really spirited Huddersfield Giants performance, Mark. Lots to be happy about for Luke Robinson, but that score just drifted on him right at the end.
It did indeed. Huddersfield are beaten. The Giants failed to score against the Rhinos, who move level with Wigan on 36 points. Huddersfield 0. Leeds Rhinos 26 is